Eddie, just first question. We've seen boxer announce their card for Bournemouth. We've got Lomachenko-Haney on this weekend. How do you compare them cards overall compared to what you're putting out this weekend and just generally?
I mean, Lomachenko-Haney is a great fight. You know, really good fight. And Coley against Billum Smith. It might not be a great fight, but it is a good fight. I mean, it's a domestic fight for the world title, so that's good. I think everyone's putting on great fights. Obviously, we've just done Canelo Ryder. We've got Taylor Serrano. We've got Wood Lara next week. That's over 3 weeks. So it's not really about what's happening this weekend or next weekend. It's just about consistency and about a schedule over months and years that have continuously, you know, provided entertainment and stood the test of time. So I like our spot in that respect. But loads of good fights happening at the moment.
Two-part question. Conor BENN, what's the latest on him, and also any plans for the Abu Dhabi fight date?
Yeah, so there's a lot happening behind the scenes. I mean, firstly, there's the UCAD conversations, which you know, are progressing nicely, and Conor BENN will be here on Saturday night for the show. Obviously, lots of uncertainty about other fights and so forth taking place, but there's been a couple of U-turns in terms of what we were about to announce versus now what's available, and I won't say too much because we've got a big mouth, but you know, working on a big fight for Conor BENN, and hopefully we're not too far away now.
And just a response to Tyson Fury just put a post out saying, "Can't wait to knock out this little rat bastard, cowardly, yellow, ugly, boogie-eyed bum." Does that mean the fight's happening? And just your response to that?
I mean, look, I think it's been decided that Tyson Fury won't fight in the summer, so he's going to be out of the ring for a year. I guess he's working towards the fight in Saudi, as we all are, and I wouldn't take too much notice of that. I mean, Bob Arum came out last night and said he doesn't think Tyson Fury knows what he wants to do, so they're obviously very disjointed, but I hope the fight gets made.
WBC refusing to sanction Bivol to fight in a WBC fight. Is it fair, considering how many political situations are happening around the world, where they could just jump in and say, well, you're from that country?
Yeah, I mean, it's a very touchy subject, isn't it? I have to be honest. Knowing Dimitri Bivol and knowing what a good man he is, what a peaceful man he is, I always find it very unfair that opportunities should be taken away from you and you should be treated in a certain way because of people who have made decisions that are completely out of your control or your belief. But it's happening across many sports, and it's kind of like a bit of payback for the actions of people involved at that level. But again, like, politics are politics, but I think Dimitri Bivol is a good man, and you know, if that fight's at 175, obviously the WBC doesn't affect it anyway.
Last question from me. Brendan Ingle was born 10 minutes from this area we're here tonight. Any memories of Brendan Ingle and just as his legacy in boxing?
Yeah, I mean, I grew up, you know, doing shows in Sheffield, going to watch Johnny Nelson fight Carlos de Leon at Sheffield City Hall, you know, walking and following Naz around when he was 15, and you'd always see Brendan Ingle, and you know, the job that he did in the community was incredible, and that legacy will long live on in Sheffield. So, you know, I like people that commit their life to the sport and want to create opportunities for young people and change the direction of their lives. So, you know, he's someone that stood the test of time in boxing as a trainer and as a mentor.
Terry Harper, she's had a long time out of the ring. Do you feel this is the next step in her career to face Cecilia Brackhouse?
Yeah, she's been very patient, and you know, I had a conversation last night about Terry Harper and Steffi Bull, just saying how patient and how loyal they've been as well, because you know, we talked about a December fight, then we moved to February, then it was March or April, and now she had to wait till May. But the good news is she got the right opponent, the biggest stage, and she made the right decisions as well, and it's a massive fight for her. And you know, at the press conference I was just thinking to myself, don't show this woman too much respect, you know, not like you're a legend, I can't believe I'm fighting you. You've got to go in there and do your thing. And it's a really good fight for her right now, and you know, I'm very proud of what she's achieved. She's already a 2-division world champion. She's still a baby, really, but she's really growing, you know, in herself, in her body as well, and now she looks like a big, strong super welterweight.
Do you see a future playing out at super welterweight, or do you like?
Yeah, I mean, she's a world champion, but the great thing about female boxing is the ability to fluctuate between weight classes. You know, she could definitely fight back down at light welterweight at 140. She probably might not think so right now, but you know, I think you talk about 140, that brings in Katie Taylor, that brings in Chantel Cameron, that brings in Sandy Ryan, that brings in maybe even Alicia Baumgardner again. Like, there's so many big fights, and you know, I'm still baffled by Natasha Jonas and her team not even accepting, but not even engaging about that fight. It's so bizarre. And that's one of the reasons I love this fight so much. For all the bullshit in boxing, you imagine when you've got an opportunity to be undisputed world champion, make an absolute fortune, but just because you don't like the trainer or no, I'm not doing that. And then now she's got no fight date, Natasha Jonas. She's supposed to be, and even if she did, she's supposed to be having a voluntary. Who cares? She's done unbelievably well. She's unified champion. You've got the undisputed fight against a Brit for loads of money. How mad is it, this sport, where just because you don't like what someone said, no, I'm not doing it. It's mental. Like, and that's where, like, this fight, where it's just like bang, 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 done. Really, that's a conversation where, like, the manager of Natasha Jonas should be grabbing hold of everyone and saying, look, let's not be silly here, because they think they win the fight. Maybe they're favourite in the fight, I don't know. But how can you not? I mean, it's undisputed. It's what everybody wants. And it's the biggest fight financially. But I'm not doing it because I don't like what they said on Twitter. Fucking mad.
Final one from me. Do you think it would be big enough to headline at a DAZN show, Terry Harper v Natasha Jonas?
Oh, of course. It's a huge fight. You know, and you're seeing consistently the big female fights rating. And by the way, it's not like we haven't got the mentality that some people have at the moment is if it's not on DAZN, it's not happening. We made them a big offer. And if they want to make us an offer to do the fight, we'll talk to Steph. I would never stop Terry Harper, you know, taking an opportunity that we can't provide for her. And, you know, so I don't mind at all. But we're in our own lane now. She's boxing in front of 9,000 people on Saturday night. And she's boxing Cecilia Brackhouse for the world title. The fight that actually Natasha Jonas tried to make. So we like our spot. But, of course, Terry's got dreams to unify and become undisputed.